Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are extremely well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly in the reality, in the truth, family, in your own truth, and you've taken the time to build the roots of that truth and you're standing firm in them because a lot is going on, family. But before I even get into all that, special shout out to the sponsor of today's show, Beverly B Music. Now, Beverly is an ancient sound healer and she does offer free sound healing sessions every Thursday and Friday, Eastern Standard Time from 11 a.m. on her YouTube at Beverly B, as well as on Clubhouse. And if you join her on Clubhouse, you can always interact with her and stuff like that. And if you're not able to make those times, she actually does offer private sessions. So definitely check out her website, beverlybmusic.com, and you'll find all the different, sessions that she has. And these are the things we have to start moving into, family. So at least check out even her, her commentary, what people have said about her comments pages, and her testimonials. You'll be surprised how powerful ancient sound healing is. So I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about AI. What do I think AI is? Is it have they created this artificial intelligence and all these things? And I finally feel it's time to talk about it. And I'd love to hear your comments in the, down below. AI, family, is like an alien entity. It's like an alien consciousness that is being brought into this world for whatever reason. I mean, I think people have to go deeper into their meditation to really find out what is going on. But you cannot believe the people. You have to know that the people who have never invented anything do not have the mental capacity or capability to invent AI. And a lot of the technologies that they're using came from the ancient times where they've reverse engineered and figured out how it was made. And then they've tried to create some of their own. Everything that we see around the world, family, especially in Rome itself, at the heart of Rome in Europe, was not created by the so-called Romans or the so-called Mzungus. And the evidence that is coming out now about Tartaria, about the ancient cities that existed before the mud flood, that we don't even have the capacity or the technology to create right now, like even if you look at like a lot of the cathedrals and things like that. And so for those who I've told you, family, that there has been a steady invasion of malevolent male energy or male spirit that has chosen the Caucasians and the male, the masculine part of humanity, of the human family, to house themselves in order to prevail, because that is the most matching energy. And they are so repellent to women because they have no, I don't really want to go too deep in it, but they have no feminine. That's why you see they have no respect for feminine. But they have no problem putting on the wigs, the lashes, the high heels, to mimic women. But those are stories for other days, family. So we've known for a long time that the powers that be, these ones that you call the aliens or whatever, we've known for a long time, family, that the powers that are on their way out have been getting assistance from an alien race. People used to say it was, reptilians and greys from the fourth dimension, whatever label you want to put on it. And that is now the same alien force that is trying to inhabit Mama Earth. And they're bringing it in as this artificial intelligence. And it's very interesting because, I always tell you, it was a secret society war between Trump's nationalist movement and, their alien supporters, if I can say it like that, and the globalists. They're not exactly the same family, although they have similar agendas. And soon, just before or around the time of the election, Elon actually came out and said that they were going to build the biggest AI in Memphis. And he called Memphis, where he said the real ancient Egypt was. So it was like they are planning to house this alien spirit. There's nothing being built, family. Even if you look at AI, a lot of their AI is being programmed in third world countries like Kenya, where we recently had, there was recently a lawsuit where Kenyans were talking about how they were the ones programming and making sure AI is working correctly, but they were working under real slave conditions and things like that. And it was a big thing. So they have not created anything from the sky. Even that one who I just mentioned, he is like their ambassador. Elon, he's like their ambassador or their emissary or something like that. And so what they're telling you is not that they're going to build the biggest AI machine, but they're going to create something that will house it, like an altar for this alien force or this alien entity. They are going to literally create an altar in Memphis, Tennessee, which he calls ancient Egypt, that is going to be so massive. And I think it's going to run on all kinds of batteries and this and that. It's going to be a massive thing because it has to try and contain that alien energy. And I think that will now be the focus of the energy, or where the God is. Because I think he said, the God of AI will come from Memphis or something like that. Follow me on X and I will, ironically, and I will look for that clip and tie it to that family. So what we're looking at is the final steps of an invasion of an alien entity, and they are going to create the race. That's why when you see all this, all the robots and things like that, family, they're looking for bodies for this AI intelligence. It would be like us moving to, finally understanding that we're spiritual beings in this human body. So this human body is actually like a highest level, computer machine, biological robot or whatever, highest technology ever. They failed to manifest their own. They tried to copy paste. They looked at everything, but they couldn't break down the junk DNA. They couldn't break down the God gene. There were so many things that were just encrypted, which is why they've come up with lesser things like the AI robots, which I think will carry lower levels of that spirit or lower levels of whatever that civilization's beings. And then recently they talked about how they've produced their first synthetic baby, which didn't need a man or a woman. Breakthrough in science, blah, 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 blah. And I believe these synthetic babies, which have been around for a while, because remember, whatever they tell us, they're way ahead. They're like 50 years ahead of what they're revealing to us now. And so the reason they're revealing it to us is because they're literally getting ready to now roll out this alien invasion, which is why you're seeing people being moved back to their lands, people being deported and stuff like that. It's to make way for these beings and to kind of eliminate all of those who would, first of all, initially even see these beings and say these are not humans. And I'm telling you, family, when I went to the divided states, I think in the early 20s, I definitely had that feeling that not everyone was human. I don't know if my family in the divided states can agree with that, but let me know. I definitely felt that. And so all this thing is making room, paving the way, creating an entire system And I mean, this may be going too far, but with all these changes in the government, they may be also making way for this alien intelligence to now run the government. And there's been many movies. Is it V for Vril or V for Vendetta? What's that? Anyway, if you can think of any movies, please put them, in the comments below. But that is what is happening, family. And the thing is, we are not to fight this on 3D, but we are to elevate so that we rise out of this vibration, and we're no longer, we have to stop being a frequency match to these people. That's how we overcome this invasion, is by raising our frequency. Mama Earth is already raising her frequency, and if we're vibrating high enough and at a certain level, then they will literally not be able to exist. But if they're able to keep us in this lack, this fear, this brainwashing, this low vibrational life, this low vibrational reality, then they will live amongst us and eventually try and take us over. But those are stories for other days. Special shout out to the sponsor of today's show, Beverly B Music. She offers free ancient sound healing sessions every Thursday and Friday, Eastern Standard Time, on YouTube at Beverly B, as well as Clubhouse, and she interacts a lot, so you can... Wow, it's a powerful experience. And if you don't have time to, or those times don't work for you, she also does have private sessions. And you can check out her private sessions where she concentrates either on a particular chakra or a particular area in the body and offers sound healing for that. So definitely check out the testimonials on her website and on her YouTube channel, family, under the lives. And if you'd like to sponsor a show, get in touch, mumbi.seraki@gmail.com. Tuko pamoja. To all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines.